Welcome to Section 12 of the Care1 online induction concerning rostering. Care recipients that receive care are funded for a certain number of hours of care per week. Our job is to ensure that the programs get these care hours. We also have to ensure that the staff are rested, qualified, skilled and experienced for a specific program. This, plus our legal award obligations, take a huge amount of juggling and manoeuvring of resources and people. It is complicated and relies on people understanding what their roster is, agreeing to that roster, working that roster, or telling Care1 as soon as possible if they are unable to attend their agreed shift. Your Care1 care coordinator is responsible for a certain cohort of programs. The care coordinator has responsibility over many things, but one of the main things is rostering. This is where we coordinate the staffing needs of each program with the staffing availability for that program. There are many factors that play a part here. These include, but are not exclusive to, what is the location of the program? What is the location of the attendant care worker? What skills are required for people working on the program? What skills are held by the attendant care workers available to work on the program? What availability does the attendant care worker have? Is the attendant care worker known to the program? Is the attendant care worker suitable to work at the program? Are there any urgency or clinical requirements for the shift? The preferences of the person receiving care? The existing, previous and future hours the ACW has with Care1? Care1 will always roster you in a way that minimizes overtime. Care1 uses a platform called AliaCare. It is a data management system that has a web version for the care coordinator to handle staff, and an app version for the attendant care worker to see exactly the same information on their devices. It allows us to do many things, but specifically, in terms of rostering, it allows us to handle these complicated requirements of matching shifts available and the potential staff to fill that shift, roster for the present and future, match the skills and experience of attendant care workers for certain programs. The app uses a clock in and clock out process that makes sure our staff are paid correctly. By turning on the location settings on your smart device, the AliaCare app knows where you are and where you should be to start the shift. If you satisfy the criteria, are close enough and at the right time, the app will let you clock in. When your shift is due to finish, simply clock out. If there are any discrepancies to start and finish time on your records, we will need to contact you to confirm you worked that shift. Some programs are in areas where there is poor phone reception. You will still be able to clock in and out, and the system will update once your phone gets back into a serviceable area again. Please note, you can tell your phone to use location settings only whilst using the app, so you do not have to leave them on all the time. We also do not keep any data on where people are outside of using the app and whilst on shift. You will be able to use the app to check your shift up to 14 days in advance. Please check your future shifts regularly and make sure they match what you expect. It is critical to note that if the shift appears on your app, then as far as Care1 is concerned, the shift is assigned to you. If for any reason you are unable to do a shift that is assigned to you in the AliaCare app, you must contact Care1 immediately. Care1 has an on-call system that means the phones are active 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The office hours are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday. The on-call number is the same as the office hours number, 02-8920-8801 or 1300 422 731. Please only call out of office hours for anything urgent, such as your inability to attend an upcoming shift that day or night, or an emergency. If calling out of hours, your call will be answered by one of the care coordinators on a rotating on-call roster. Please make sure you only accept shifts you are able to attend. If there are any factors influencing your ability to attend the shift, please tell your care coordinator when you accept the shift. For example, if you cannot do the shift, but it relies on your partner getting home with the car, let the care coordinator know and we can be prepared. We understand that sometimes things happen and you cannot attend the shift. Please make a call as early as possible. If you are going into bed and think you may not get to your shift tomorrow, call as soon as possible. If you become aware now that you cannot attend a shift, next week, call as soon as possible. We are simply unable to replace a shift at 7 a.m. if you call at 5 a.m. Thank you, and you have now reached the end of section 12. Please proceed to the quiz following this section.